This is Sarah Lindblom. It is Sunday the 27th. This is my javaMethod project. This is my flowchart that I made. I just wrote it out and then scanned it in. I found it easier to do this than using a graphic program I could have, but it would have taken me a lot longer, and for the purposes of what was required, it helped. This by itself helped me. So as you see here, the main method calls these three methods. First, it calls the display menu, which gives the users the option 1, 2, or 3 through a switch statement. The first option, if chosen, pulls in the get menu input method, and as it goes, it gets the input. After it gets all the input, it calculates the division, comes back with that, calculates the ID, and comes back with that. And then after that, from the main method, the save to file method is called, which saves it all to the text file. If the user chooses number 2 to print the summary, then it goes to the then it calls the list username method, which pulls that information from the get menu input as well. If the user chooses number 3, then the program quits, and that's all she wrote. Okay. So this is my code for javaMethod. It's kind of easier to explain this way. This is the array list that everything's being saved into. Here are the 3 methods being called from the main method that I just talked about. This is my display menu method. So it asks the question. There's a clear screen for user experience, and then here's my get menu input method and all my variables, and then I have a switch statement. So it asks if they choose 1, it goes through and asks all the input. Then down here, after the input is all asked, it calculates the division that they'll be in using this variable as a parameter. Then it calculates the ID using these variables as parameters. Then if you actually go to that, once again, this is taking that as the parameter. This is a division, and it returns the string, which is the division. So I actually am using if and else ifs instead of a switch statement here. I just chose to, since I already had a switch, and that was easiest for me. And then just for kind of debugging purposes, each time a division is calculated, it will actually tell you which division was calculated. Then the calc ID method takes all the same parameters that I talked about just a second ago and figures out this string, the ID. And then after that, the ID is added to the username list, which I forgot to mention. Up here, for each one, whichever division is figured, that is added to the username list as well. That was something that I didn't realize was there, and it wasn't previously, but it's fixed now. Okay, so then after all of that, then here's my list username there. Let's see, I'm doing 4 minutes here, so then it's save to file. So if I run it, I run it in debug mode, so come on, so that you can see what happens where it stops at the breakpoint of calc division. So first it asks my name, Sarah Lindblom, 234 Sunshine Avenue, Mankato 56001. Let's just say I'm 34, even though I'm not. Female. And at that point, it's going to calculate the division. So if I step through that, there it goes down to the division, and it saved that variable. So it passed that successfully. So now we're working with the user age to find the division. So changes it into a number from a string, and it's not less than 19, it's not less than 20. That's where it is, less than 39. So then it's assigned, the division is assigned division C, and it returns that. Then it calculates the ID based on that. Do I have another input? No, I don't. So then it knows to stop. And then it will go through clearing the screen. And now it will list the information. And there you have it. End of get. And now it will go to save to the file. And there it's going through saving to the file. And that is complete. Sorry, this one has taken me so long to get through. I'm not really sure. That is my Java method project. Thanks.